Hey everybody, T here, and I thought something kind of cool, help with all the hype for the new Godzilla movie. I'm going to do a tier list of all the Godzilla movies. I got them kind of organized here, mostly in release order. Got the American films down here, the anime trilogy right down here. How this tier list is going to go is S is going to be the top, and I mean the perfect Godzilla movies, or I should just say like these are the best of the best. A, well, let's change that right there. I'm sorry about that. That's better. A is going to be the really, really good ones. Like, these are great ones. They're not perfect. They're not the top of the top, but they're still very, very good. B tier, these ones are good. These are good Godzilla movies. These are good movies. Like, they're enjoyable, and they do everything they should. C is alright. Nothing too special about these ones, just kind of whatever. And then D is going to be the lesser ones. I don't really have an F tier. I don't think any of these movies are completely garbage. But let's just get right into it. The first movie, obviously, is going to be an S tier. I mean, it's the original. It's amazing. It kind of has to be. And then I guess we'll just kind of go random. Other S tiers for sure. Shin Godzilla. They just have to be. And then this is going to be a really weird choice, and I understand if not a lot of people agree with me. I'm going to put Godzilla vs. Hedorah in the S tier. That might be a crazy choice, but I think that movie's just, it's such a weird and artsy film. I think it's really hard to judge it, so I'm going to put it in the S tier. You can call me crazy, call me all that stuff, but hey, I love Hedorah. And I guess for the rest of these, we will just go down the order. So Godzilla raids again. The movie's okay. It's not really bad or anything. I think it's pretty good. A lot of people don't like it. I'm gonna put it in C just because not a ton of people like it. But since it's my list, I'm gonna bump it up to the B tier. Godzilla vs. Kong. It's got some great music. The fights are alright. It's the first crossover. It is pretty significant. It's funny. The Kong suit hasn't aged very well, though. However, Godzilla's suit is really, really good. So I think I'm going to throw it in the B tier. Godzilla vs. Mothra. Oh man. I'm going to put it in the S tier just because it's so good. If I can make another one, that'd be nice. Can I? No, okay. We'll put it in A for now. We're going to put it in A for now. This is just such a good movie. Everything works great about it. And whatever category Godzilla vs. Mothra in, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster is going to follow it. So right now I'm going to put them, you know what? No, they're both going in S tier. They're both fantastic movies. I'm going to just have to give them the S. I think these 5 right here are like the perfect Godzilla movies. Even though this one's a little weird, I think that one's just a fantastic movie in its own right. Invasion of Astro Monster is good, but I don't think it's as good as Ghidorah or Mothra, so I'm going to put it in the A tier. Godzilla vs. Ebirah kind of falls into that. It doesn't do anything too special. It's not bad. Nothing about it's really bad. It's just kind of bland. Nothing too crazy happens. I mean, Ebirah is just literally a giant shrimp, so I'm going to put it in the C tier. Son of Godzilla, it does introduce Godzilla's son, and the mantises are cool. I'll put it in the B tier. I love Kamacuras. Kumonga's alright. The whole island setting's a nice twist on things. Destroy All Monsters is getting the A tier for me. I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but that final fight is so good, and I enjoy the rest of the movie. So I'll give it the A tier. Godzilla's Revenge gets the D from me. Not just because of the stock footage and everything. It's just not that well done. It's okay. And I know it was made, I think it was made for like some children's festival thing. So I'm not going to go too harsh on it. It's going to get the D though. It's a lesser one. Godzilla vs. Gigan. A lot of people really like. I don't like it that much, but I'll be nice and give it the B tier. Gigan's really cool. I absolutely hate the stock footage in this movie. I've seen some people defend the use of it. I think it's it ruins the movie for me. It takes me right out of it. When they're using daytime stock footage in a night scene, it's just infuriating for me. Godzilla vs. Megalon. See, it's kind of weird because the movie's got some cool stuff in it, but overall the movie's not too crazy. I'm going to throw it in the C tier. Sure, the final fight, Megalon and Jet Jaguar are all cool, and the dropkick's iconic, but overall, the movie doesn't do too much spectacular. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, A tier. Terror of Mechagodzilla, A tier. These movies are both fantastic. I don't think they're as good as the S tier movies, but both fantastic. Godzilla 98 is gonna get the okay tier. It's an alright movie. It's like even if it wasn't a Godzilla movie, it's not really a great movie. It's okay. I'll give it the C. If we're gonna rate it as a Godzilla movie, it'd get the F from me. Alright, now we are on to the Heisei series, and 1984 is gonna get the A. Godzilla vs. Biollante is gonna get the A. And then we're gonna get into some tough choices. These two movies, the 80s Godzilla movies, they're both fantastic. 1984, great way to start off the Heisei series. Godzilla vs. Biollante, wonderful music, wonderful effects, just a wonderful movie overall. Now with Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, no matter how much I love Mecha King Ghidorah and the Godzilla suit in this, I'm not a big fan of Ghidorah's origins. Some of the effects are a little cheesy, not the monster ones, it's more just other ones. I'm going to give it the B tier. It's good. Remember, B is not ripping this movie apart. B is good. I do think it's higher than like these movies. I'm going to try to this is kind of organized how I would lay them out. Actually, let me just organize that real quick. Alright, yeah, so this is a little more organized, best to worst in each category. I'm going to try to continue that with the rest. So for Godzilla vs. Mothra, I think this is a pretty bad one, honestly. Batra kind of saves the movie, and Godzilla's got some cool scenes in it. I watched this at G-Fest, and I was a little disappointed that's the movie they played. I'm going to give it, like, the low C tier. It's not good, really. It's really not that good. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, I'll give it like a mid B tier. I think it's better than these Showa movies. I know Godzilla vs. Kong's pretty enjoyable, and I'm actually going to bump it up above Raids again as well. It's good. Probably not as good as King Ghidorah. I really like Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. It's my favorite Mechagodzilla, so I got some bias in there, but I'm trying to hold back on that, so I'm just putting it in the mid B tier. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, probably high C tier. It's okay. It's fine. It just doesn't really do anything too special. The little Godzilla's cool, but probably high C tier for that. Godzilla vs. Destroya, I'm going to give low A tier. I know a lot of people have been picking this movie apart as of late. I think this movie's really good. The ending scene is fantastic. The build-up to a lot of scenes is wonderful. The music is incredible. As a way to end the Godzilla series, it did a fantastic job. Do I think it's as good as some of these other movies? I don't. I'm going to give it low A tier, probably right around there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put it right there in between those other two Heisei movies. Now we're on to the Millennium series, starting off with Godzilla 2000. I think this is one of the most perfect Godzilla movies to start with. I'm just going to give it the B. Some effects don't hold up great. I'm going to put it right there. Actually, I'm going to put it right there. Some of the effects don't hold up the best, but it's a great introduction Godzilla movie. It's one of the ones I remember watching the most as a kid. It's a great movie. Godzilla vs. Megaguirus is also a great movie, which is criminally underrated in my opinion. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's good enough to get solid mid-B tier. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack is a fantastic movie. It changes the characters up in a bunch of new ways. Godzilla's the bad guy and Ghidorah's the good guy. It's weird, but it really works for the movie, and I liked it for that. I'm gonna give it the really high A tier. I'm thinking probably, I'm gonna switch the Mechagodzilla movies around. Probably top of A tier, not even gonna lie. It's a really good movie. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is gonna go right behind the Showa Mechagodzilla movies. It's fantastic. It's, how I describe it is basically it almost feels like a live action anime. It's kind of crazy. They do some awesome stuff. Godzilla's got to fight Mechagodzilla, and this time Mechagodzilla's got Godzilla's bones in it. Then right behind that, actually Tokyo SOS is going to be a little bit lower just because it falls apart in continuity a little bit. It doesn't have our main character, who was awesome in the first movie. It's still good. It's still really good. I mean, it's still in the A tier, but it's not as good as the Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Godzilla Final Wars is actually going to get the top of A tier. I'm not going to give it the S tier because there are some things in it, very few, that are a little weird, but it's amazing. It is the best Godzilla movie when it comes to being a Godzilla movie, basically. All the monsters do their thing. Godzilla's the best. He beats them all, fights Ghidorah in the end. Mothra helps him. It's the best Godzilla movie, if that makes sense to anybody. So I'm going to give it the top of A tier. It's super enjoyable. It's just nonstop fun. Turn your brain off if you're not big into Godzilla, and you'll probably still have a good time. Godzilla King of the Monsters, I will wait until the end because it's not out yet. And now we are on to the final stretch. Godzilla 2014. This is going to be a very, very controversial pick. I'm going to put it right behind Terror of Mechagodzilla because, well, I think the Godzilla stuff is as good as the Godzilla stuff in Terror of Mechagodzilla. However, the human plot isn't as good, so let's say I bump it down until the human plot matches about where? No, yes. I'd say it's better than the Destroy All Monsters one, but once we get into Astro Monster and some other stuff, it doesn't hold up as well against that. But the monster stuff, it feels like a late Showa movie, Hedorah style, Terror Mechagodzilla, kind of Godzilla vs. Megalon style. So I'm going to give it the A tier. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. It's actually my favorite movie of all time. I love it. I really wish people didn't hate on it as much as they did, but it's whatever. The Godzilla anime trilogy. Now, I'd give them all B if I'm honest. Like mid B. I'm thinking like right here. However, if you were to watch all of them in one sitting, just if you sat down and watched all of them at once, I think I'd put them here. I know that sounds kind of crazy, and like a lot of people really, really don't like the anime movies, but I really, really do like them. I think they work better as just one long, really long movie with a couple intermissions. I understand not everyone's going to agree with that pick. A lot of people hate these movies. People are probably going to comment that this should all be in the D tier, but I'm going to put them up here. I actually think if I were to like rate them separately, my order would be Planet of the Monsters at the bottom, City of the Edge of Battle in the middle, Planet Eater on top. That's basically how this is. But yeah, up here, this is representing like watching all three at once. For Planet Eater, I'd probably just put it right there by itself. I'm going to put it right there to represent all three of them. And now here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Where do I think the new movie will land on this tier list? Now this is going to sound absolutely crazy to some of you, but I think it's going to land right there. Hear me out. I don't really have much faith in the plot and that it's going to be a really good movie. However, I am convinced the monster fights and action are going to be out of this world, and that is all I need to enjoy this movie. Hopefully, the plot and story is really good. That would be awesome. But I'm going to put it there for now, and then hopefully after it comes out, I can be like, wow, it goes here. But we will see until then. Thanks for watching, guys. This is my Godzilla tier list. I might do more of these, like with the monsters and stuff if you guys want. That'd be kind of cool. But again, thanks for watching. If you got an idea for anything, just throw it in the comments and maybe I'll get to it. If you guys agree with this list, that's awesome. And if you don't, that's still awesome because it's just an opinion. I have mine and you have yours. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay cool.